This is day one of understanding myself. And recently, I discovered that I really like things to be organized. I'm the type of person that I like to plan and really follow a routine. Really helped me. For some people, it might sound like okay, a routine. Must be boring, but I like to wake up in the morning, put a plan, and know exactly what's in my mind. Put it on paper and see how I can get there, Because like sometimes you feel like you have so many things in your mind, but you don't like it might feels like there's a lot of things, but when you put it down on paper, it could be just like 3 to 4 things, but in your head, because you're like overwhelmed, it might feels a lot. So this is why today, I decided to actually go and buy some books. I actually bought a few. Let me show y'all. So I have this book right there. It's like a small book. Not too big. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take them all with me and explain to y'all right there on the desk. These books right there, I feel like they're gonna help me so much, like more than I think. So I have this little book right there. It's a small book right there. I don't know why, but when I seen it, it just made me feel like positive, bro. It says right there, one day at a time. And then when you open it right here, it's just like a book, right? Like just like a normal book. I'll be using this book right there as a journal. So let's say at the end of each night, I like to reflect and just just think about my day. How was my day? Did I get closer to my purpose? Did I do good in some things? Did I do bad on some things? What can I get better? Just think, in general, am I getting closer to my goals? Yes or no? That's the first one. That's the first book that I bought. Then I bought this right there. It looked like a normal book, but when you open it on the inside, one thing that I really loved about this book right there is that, no, it's actually right here, is that, you see there's a list of the month and a number. So like, you can easily put down like circle the month and like the date. So it's really simply planned. I'll be using this. I actually forgot what would I use this. So this is for my journal. This is for my goals. Yeah, this is for my goals. This right there, I really like it since like there's dates, so I can just put today's date and just put down my goals. Like today, I have these goals, whether it's like short terms or long terms. So this will be my goals book. Let's say this right there. It's a small book, 140 pages, not a lot. I bought this book honestly just to reflect on my content. Just like see, study what's working, what's not working, what do I have to work on, and things like that. This right there, this book is my old book. I used to before I used to use this book for everything. Like, for example, for school. For school, I used to draw in class and things like that. I used like some days I used to just to reflect. For example, I wrote this in January 29, 2025, 10:13 p.m. Should I read the first sentence? I don't know if it's too personal. I'm sitting in my bed right now and I'm thinking about my YouTube journey. I have work today at 4 a.m. and I have to wake up at 2:30 a.m. to get ready. Once I finish work, I'm going directly to college. I just felt like I should start writing down about how I feel. Ever since I was young, I always had the hustler mentality. I always wanted to work my best and do my hardest to be at the top. Okay, some things like that, you know. Yeah, damn, January 29. It's been what? We're in March. It's been 2 months now. Wow, man, times go by fast. So yeah, man, it's things like that, and I feel like, you know, writing down your ideas is so important. At first, when you start doing it, it feels like yeah, like you don't really understand what you're doing. It feels like it's too much. But like, the more you do it with the time, it helps you organize so much, and it just helped me a lot. So if you're watching this right there, I suggest you doing the same thing, because think about it, bro. You need to have a system. And when I say system, it is, I don't mean by like, you know, like just doing the same thing and it feels like it's not cool. What I mean by this is like, think about everything big that happened in this life. Like a new technology, let's say a phone, okay? How does a phone work? There's a system. There's like every little thing that does its job. And for you, it's the same thing. You need to build a system. If you don't organize things, if you don't plan, if you don't reflect, if you don't just like simply think or dream, if you don't do all these things in the right time, you just gonna, you know, be overwhelmed, and sometimes feel like you're advancing in some things. You advance in this, then you forget that you should have been working on the other thing. You get through the other thing, then it's like too messed up. So you really need to organize your things so you can be in peace in your mind, and just be like, you know, when you know what you want to do, like it gets clearer. It's so much easier. So yeah, man, I'll buy those books right there. I know it might be a lot of books, but I like to, you know, from now on, you know, I used to use this book for everything. But from now on, I'll use each book for their own goal. And I also bought a whiteboard right there. I don't know if y'all can see right here. Let me hold this right there. You know what I'm saying? Also bought a whiteboard right there. I'll be using this, you know. So every day, let's say my bed is right there. Every day I wake up in the morning, I see my plans. You know what I'm saying? Let's write something together, okay? What should we write, y'all? Let me know. What should we write? Let's see. Okay, I see. Okay. God first, man. You know, and what should we write on the bottom? Y'all can see. We should write. Let me show y'all. As y'all can see, God first. And right there, we say Rockey family, man. On top. If you see this right there, I want to see in the comments. You comment on top, okay? So I don't know you watch this segment, you know. But yeah, ooh, why is it so close? Yeah, man. I started today. I bought some vitamins, you know. It was actually expensive, but I feel like it's time. Like it's time you need to, you know, take vitamins so you can feel like you have all your supplements. Especially in Canada, we don't have no sun, so you might need some vitamins. It's really important, just so you feel more energy and you sleep better. And I just feel like it's important, bro. You know, for when I was young, I didn't used to see like, why would I take it? Why is it important? But now that I grow up, it feels like, man, yeah, I need it, bro. You know. So yeah, man. Just in general, this video was about me understanding myself, and what I mean by this is that you need to see what makes you feel more like, you know, the more you understand yourself, the more fun life gets, the more easier it gets, you know. The more you understand why this is making you mad, the easier you can control it, the easier you can avoid it. So yes, I want to go on this journey where I try to understand myself, you know. And I want you to do the same thing, you know. I want you, every time that you get through something, I want you to take some time for you alone and just think with yourself. Think, what happened? How can I fix it? Do I have anything? Can I do anything in my control to change this? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you shouldn't be even wasting a second to think about it, okay? If there's something in your control that you can change, that it can make it better, then this is where you should be focused on, okay? So yeah, man, so for today's message, I hope you learned that, you know, buy a book and start writing. I promise you, like, whether it's your ideas, whether you're reflecting, it's your goals, trust me, it helps. If you keep things in your mind, they'll come, they'll go. It's like, you know, you're not really advancing, because like, when you put it on paper, you know what's the next page. When it's in your mind, it's only in your mind. It's like one day you have it, the other day you might forget it. So yeah, man, I hope I influenced you to maybe buy a book, buy a whiteboard, you know what I'm saying? Start taking care of yourself, okay? Just in general, you know? And yeah, this is day one. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to follow my journey, you know, Rocky family on top. Never stop till you see me at the top.